if we are so addicted to foreign oil, as the President says, what are we doing about it? Well, you know, the Congress, and I was Secretary of Energy, the Congress passes a bill. And the Congress's bill is subsidies for energy development, for coal, gas, natural gas. $2.5 billion. We have 2 senators that work very hard. But they came up with a modest bill. And if we're going to change our policy in this country, and we're going to do something about national security in Iraq, it relates to energy security. Energy security and national security are the same thing. And they coincide with each other. Especially when 65% of our oil is imported, and it comes from the Persian Gulf, from unstable sources, Iran, Iraq, Nigeria. Need I go further? And yet we are so dependent, 65%, $250 billion a year of foreign oil purchases. And it's not going to take a little energy bill to change that. It's going to take a massive, Apollo-like commitment to change our dependence. It's going to mean enormously big tax credits for conservation, for energy efficiency, and here's the most important thing. A wholesale commitment to renewable energy, the solar, the wind, biomass. It's going to take public and private investment. It's going to take tax credits. You know, in New Mexico, I don't know if you listened to Maggie's great introduction, which, by the way, I wrote, but I've cut taxes. I've cut taxes for middle-income people, but we pay for them. I've cut taxes for working moms. I've eliminated a food tax. I've given tax cuts to businesses, tax credits, to movies so that they film in New Mexico, to solar companies so they come in our state, to homes and businesses, to aviation companies so they bring manufacturing. My state for a long time ranked at the bottom, 44th, 45th in per capita income. Now we're moving forward. We're the fastest growing economy in the country. 5th in job creation. A budget surplus. Remember this, a budget surplus. You don't have one here. But do you have one?
Thanks to John Lynch.
Okay, all right. Don't tell Lynch I said that. I'm operating on past data. So, an energy policy that is going to radically transform our country, and we need to do it. And it means tax credits. If you want to have an SUV, we have the technology to have a fuel-efficient SUV, but we've got to have fuel-efficient standards. We've got to be more energy efficient. We've got to have the federal fleet, 25% hybrid vehicles. Yep. And it's going to take a massive change in our conservation attitudes. But it takes presidential leadership to do that. And as Secretary of Energy, and I got to tell you, Republicans and Democrats have not had an energy policy. We failed too. We tried to get it through the Congress. We couldn't. A lot of these measures. We got some. So it takes not just our federal leadership, but our citizens to change. And energy security, again, and national security are the same thing.